So tonight's episode is slightly different than my past episodes because I won't be telling one of your ghost stories, I'll be telling one of my own. And the reason behind this is a few episodes ago I told my older brother's ghost story from our house that we grew up in. And ever since then, I've been getting several requests just wanting to hear a little bit more about that. So I'm here to oblige you and tell you a story. I mean, I have several, but I'm going to narrow it down for you and tell you just an experience that I had in this house growing up. This house was about 4 years old when we moved into it, maybe. It wasn't old at all. It was a brick house. Our friends would not come over after a while because they were afraid. They were afraid to sleep over. They were afraid of our house. They were frightened of what they might see. Doors would open and close on my friends and myself, but I was kind of used to it. And they'd sometimes see shadows or or hear voices, things like that. So twice I saw this shadow in our house. The first time I was 14 years old and we were getting up really early in the morning. We were flying to see family for the holidays. So it was maybe like, I don't know, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning or something. And so there was a hall bathroom, and that was the bathroom my brother and I used. And I went to wash my hands in my bathroom, but I realized we had no soap left. So I walked down the hall into my parents' bathroom. And the way their bedroom was set up is they had their bedroom, but then they had a divider wall, but the divider wall did not reach the ceiling. And then there was the bathroom. And my dad's bedside light was on, and that was it. Everything else was dark. And I didn't see a point to turn on the light, so I just went into the bathroom and was washing my hands. And there's a big mirror in front of me. And I just looked up in the mirror and I saw, clear as day, shadow of a man, like profile and all, past the wall above my parents' bed. And it didn't faze me at all. I thought it was my dad, and I thought that, he just came into the room for something. And so after I washed my hands, I walked out into the room and was looking for him, and I couldn't find him anywhere. And then I thought, oh, maybe he's hiding, and he's gonna jump out at me or, play with me or something like that. And so I was looking around the room, and then all of a sudden, down the hall and on the whole other side of the house in the kitchen, I heard my dad, my mom, and my brother laughing and talking about something. And I suddenly realized I was all alone in that room on the whole other side of the house. And I couldn't have gotten out of there fast enough. And as I ran out of the hall, like down the hall was dark as well. So it was just, I felt like it was a never-ending kind of little freaky moment before I got into the kitchen. And then I never even told them about it, I don't think. I think I told my brother, but I didn't even mention it to my parents. And then second time, so I had a little chihuahua named Molly. She was an apple dome chihuahua. She was maybe like 4 pounds of dog. She was so cute. She had like 4 teeth and cataracts, and she was great. And it was maybe a year later, and I was home alone. My mom was picking my brother up from something, and I was sitting watching TV in the family room with Molly on my lap. And all of a sudden, Molly perked up on my lap, and she jumped off me, and she walked outside of the family room, and then we had a foyer, and there was the family room, the foyer, and then a hallway. So she walked out of the family room into the foyer and stood at the threshold of the foyer and the hallway that led to our bedrooms and just stared down the hallway. She wouldn't step over the threshold. She just peeked over and stared down the hallway towards my parents' bedroom. And she just started growling. And mind you, I am all alone in this house. And this is what my dog's doing. She's growling. So I got up. I did what any teenager would do. I didn't call 911. I didn't run out of the house, nothing like that. I went to see what it was. So I went also to the threshold and I peeked over Molly's little body and looked down the hallway with her. And my parents' door, their bedroom door, was open a crack, just a crack. And I heard keys jingling, like someone take their keys and drop them like on a table, after a long day. And I saw a shadow pass through that crack. But there was nobody home. So, I knew I was alone in that house. And I believe I grabbed Molly and then I waited outside on the driveway for my mom to come home because I was so scared. And then I'll give you one more. So, my brother and I, my parents were out. They were out for, they were on a little date. And my brother and I were hanging out in his room watching Space Ghost probably, and just talking. And then we heard our garage door slam. And we had a very heavy garage door. And it was also on the whole other side of the house. And we heard it slam, so we thought our parents were home. And this kind of door, like, it slammed no matter what, it was just a very heavy door. So I wanted to go tell them something, so I ran out of my brother's room. I ran out of my brother's room, ran down the hall, ran through the family room, through the kitchen, through the laundry room, and to the garage door. And once I got to the laundry room where the garage door was, it was pitch black. And my parents were nowhere to be seen, so I thought, oh, maybe they forgot something in the car. And I opened up the garage door into the garage, and it was dark, and their car was still gone. No one was there. And all the hairs on the back of my neck stood up, and I realized once again, here I am all alone on the other side of the house. So I rushed back inside. Molly was sleeping. Well, she was awake at this point because she, I think, felt it too. She was in the family room in her little house. And I ran and I grabbed her, and we also had a pet cockatiel who I ran and ripped out of her cage. And I ran with the two of them back into my brother's room and closed the door, told him what happened, and we just hid in his room until my parents came home. So yeah, those are some stories of just a little bit of what we dealt with on a regular basis growing up. And I don't know where any of it came from, because like I said, wasn't an old house. I don't know the backstory behind the land or anything like that before the house was built. I know nothing about it. But I do believe that sometimes entities can follow you, or if you can, maybe some people can attract an energy. And my brother and I definitely saw some crazy things, and our friends definitely did, and were afraid to come over. And yeah, so there's some of my ghost stories for you. If you want to hear more, I have more. So yeah, there you go.